All right, my lovelies. Today we are actually going to work on order of operations. I know that throughout the week you've been working on different order of operations assignments that I gave you. And this is just to kind of give you a little further instruction. I know you have Study Island, Khan Academy, and then I also gave you some instructional pages. But just in case you needed a little bit more information about order of operations, that's what I'm here to give you. All right. So first, let's review what is the order of operations. All right. So the order of operations tells us that some equations require multiple operations to be used to compute the solution. When this is the case, there is an order you must solve the expression. The order is PEMDAS. All right, say that with me, PEMDAS. All right, so in case you're not sure what equations means, equations is just a fancy mathematical word for problem. So some problems that we do, some mathematical problems, they require multiple operations. So multiple, as a reminder, means more than one. And the different operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. All right, and we use them to compute the solution. That just means to solve the problem, to find the answer. And then when this is the case, there's an order you must solve the expression. An expression is just another mathematical term for the word problem. So you might say to yourself, well, what is PEMDAS? All right, well, if you remember, this stands for Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally. All right, so at this point, if you would like, you could pause the video and that way you could see this whole thing, write it down in your notes. Remember, you do something 7 times and it helps commit it to memory. All right, and it puts it in permanent marker in our brains. So came up with a little extended version of what we already know. So please solve what is in parentheses first. No matter what's going on, you handle the parentheses first. E is excuse. Solve all exponents second. All right, so whatever you think you're going to do next, if it's not exponents, that would be wrong. Parentheses, then exponents. M, my, oh my. Solve the multiplication third. All right. Then we look at our equation, we say, well, what still needs to be multiplied? And that's what we do. Then D, dear, you can't forget division is fourth. All right, so dear my dears, you cannot forget that next you have to do division. All right, Auntie says that addition is fifth. All right, so I don't care who your auntie is, Auntie Cheryl, Auntie Debbie, whatever her name is, your auntie says that you must do addition fifth. All right. And then Sally, that's that girl from down the street. All right. We don't talk to her a lot, but when she does talk to us, Sally tells us that subtraction is last. That is the last thing we do. All right. And it's very important that you follow these steps because if you don't, then you'll get a completely wrong answer. So please make sure parentheses, then exponents, then multiplication, then division, then addition, then subtraction. All right. So now that we have done that, let's go ahead and take a look at some problems, okay? So right here, this is an example, all right? Our equation tells us that 7 plus 1 plus 6 times 2 minus 2 squared equals what? And we have to find the solution to that. We have to compute the solution. So the first thing we do, all right, please solve what's in parentheses first. So my parentheses, the first set of parentheses have 7 plus 1. All right, 7 plus 1 we know is... That's right, 8. 6 times 2 is our next set of parentheses. 6 times 2 we know is, that's right, 6 times 2 is 12. All right, so now we are done with our parentheses. Check. Next, excuse. You must solve all exponents second. The only exponent we have, remember, exponents is when they put that little number up here in the right top corner. All right, and that tells us how many times we have to multiply the number they give us by itself. So this says 2 squared, so we need to multiply 2 by itself 2 times. So 2 times 2 we know is, that's right, it's 4. Now, even though there's multiplication here, we've already handled it because it was parentheses, and parentheses come first. All right, no division here. Then we have to do some addition because our solution here needed to be added to our solution from the second set of parentheses. So 8 plus 12, we know that to be, Exactly, that's 20. All right, we're almost done. Then we have to subtract. We have to subtract that 4 that we got from our exponent computation. 20 minus 4 is 16. That is our final answer here. Now, if we did this in a different order, we would have all different answers. Everybody could probably come up with a different answer depending on the order you do it. But if you want the correct answer, the mathematician answer, then you are following the order of operations and your solution is 16. All right. So now, let's take a look at some other problems. We're going to work through another problem together, and then I'm going to assign you with 2 problems that you have to do on your own. And don't worry, all right? You'll get it. By the time we work out this one together, you'll be all set, okay? So our problem here is 24 divided by 2 cubed, or you could say 2 to the 3rd power, plus 3 times 4 minus 1. Woo, that might sound like a lot, but you guys are 5th grade mathematicians, so you got this, all right? So I did the first step for you. Remember, please solve what's in parentheses first. So our parentheses are 4 minus 1. We got that. That takes us back to kindergarten. 4 minus 1 is, that's right, that's 3. All right, so now, somebody tell me, what do I do second? If you're at home and you tell me that what you need to do second is attend to this 2 to the 3rd power or 2 cubed because it's an exponent, then you would be correct. So we need to do 2 cubed, and what that means is 2 times itself 3 times. So 2 times 2 times 2. All right, so the first 2 times 2 gives us what? That's right, 2 times 2 is 4. Then we have to take that 4 times 2, and 4 times 2 is? That's right, 4 times 2 is 8. All right, so now we know that this gives us an 8, and we also know that our 4 minus 1 gives us a 3. All right, so third up. Third, my oh my, we must multiply. All right, so our multiplication here. All right, as you are getting older and becoming more advanced mathematicians, they're not always going to give you your x for multiplication. Sometimes they'll give you an x. Sometimes they'll give you a dot. Or sometimes they will have a number outside of parentheses, and that means you need to multiply. So here we have 3 times whatever our solution in the parentheses are. And we already figured that out when we figured that was, exactly, it's 3. So we need to do 3. This parenthesis means multiply. So we need to do 3 times 3. And what is that? That's 9. All right. So now we're done with our third step. Next up, dear oh dear, you must do your division fourth. So what division do we have here? Right here is that division symbol. It's telling us that 24 divided by whatever the solution was here, which we know was 8. So we're doing 24, and we are dividing that by 8. And 24 divided by 8 is? If you said 3, then you are correct. All right? So that gives us 3. Now, our auntie, and like I said, it doesn't matter if it's Auntie Cheryl, Auntie Debbie, it doesn't matter who it is, but our auntie tells us next that we must add. All right? So we have to add whatever we got right here to whatever we have right here. So we know that our answer here, which was 24 divided by 8, that's 3. That's where we got that from. And we're adding it to 3 times 4 minus 1, which we figured out is 9. 3 plus 9 is, back to kindergarten, we know that that is 12. All right, now last, Sally, that girl from down the street, she tells us to subtract. But the only subtraction we had in this problem was right here. And since it was in parentheses, we've already attended to our subtraction, so we're good to go. So 24 divided by 2 cubed is also saying 24 divided by 8, which we know is 3. And we need to add that to 3 times 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 8 plus 9, excuse me, I am so sorry. 3 plus 9, like we already figured out, the solution to this is 3. The solution to all of this is 9. So 3 plus 9, our answer is 12. All right? So now I'm going to reveal 2 problems I want you to try on your own. Okay? Once you solve these problems, then what you're going to do is you can take a picture of it and you can screenshot it and you can send it to me. You could take a picture of it and email it to me, or you can post it to Bloom's. All right? So now you're going to try. The third problem you're going to do on your own, or the first of the problems that you're going to do on your own, but it's the third we're doing together, is 7 squared minus 3 cubed plus 6 times 4 divided by 4 plus 8. All right, I know it sounds like a lot, but you got it. Parentheses first. All right, then exponents, then multiplication, then division. All right, then you're adding, and then don't forget to subtract your exponents as well. All right, the second problem you'll do on your own, the fourth together, is 9 squared plus 1 to the 8th power minus 11 times 2 divided by 4 squared minus 5. All right, so you are going to work these out. You're going to give me the solution. And yes, I want to see your steps so that if you make a mistake, I know where you make the mistake so I can help you figure out what we need to do so you don't keep making that mistake. All right, then tomorrow I will post a video walking through the solution of numbers 3 and 4, and then you can self-check yourself. See if you got the correct computation. And if you did not compute correct, you'll be able to see the steps and figure out exactly where you made a mistake if you made a mathematician mistake. All right? So like I say at the end of all my videos, I love, love, love you. I miss you. And I love that you are still being my scholars, even though you're at home and not in school. Stay safe, and I love you. Mwah.